Hey, what's up, guys? E-Man Gaming here, and this is going to be this is the start of a new series on Terraria 1.4, but this one's different because I'm not going to be doing it. My brother Kyle here is going to be doing it. It's going to be it's going to be a Mage tutorial series because he does Mage on Terraria. I'm not really comfortable doing that. I don't ever do it, so I'm going to let him take it away, introduce himself.
Hello everybody, I am Kyle, as he has introduced me, and I am going to be doing a Mage tutorial series. So in this episode we are kind of going to be covering the basics, you know, like you would usually do it. So there isn't much of a difference between different play types when you're just starting out. And so this is gonna be fairly similar to what Ethan has already done in his own tutorial series for melee users. But once we get further along and maybe a few episodes in, you'll be able to start seeing where the differences start showing. And you can already see I have Crimson, so it's always nice. I like Crimson more than Corruption. Text is a little blurry looking down there, but it's no big deal. So yeah, I'm gonna be basically just doing a tutorial series like the one Ethan is doing, but this time it is for if you want to try a Mage playstyle and if you like that better. Because I personally like being a Mage more than using melee, but it's your choice, whichever one you feel more comfortable with using. And alright, there we go. So we are done making the world. We go Mage tutorial, and we can say, alright, so now we're going to be going into the world. And of course, first thing, just like if you were to be playing on, like, if you were to be doing a melee playthrough, you basically do the exact same thing from the start. This is how you do it for all classes, basically. Doesn't matter who you are. Always gotta start out with chopping down trees just like this. So we're going to chop down all these really tall trees, which is nice. I usually don't really get these tall of trees when I first start out, but you know, that's probably a good thing, because I haven't played I haven't played Terraria in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, so I'm gonna be a little bit rusty. I'm not gonna remember everything perfectly, of course, but I'm going to do my best. So I think I'll probably chop down this tree, and probably I will be done then. So let's collect this stuff that the guide has been killing. That's nice. And then we are going to start out, you know, normally by building a house. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you know, you always have to start out with doing 6 high, 10 wide houses. Otherwise, NPCs will not live in them. They can't live in them, and they will not move into them. Even though that's kind of what your goal is this early in the game, is to get your guide to move into the house that you build. So, first things first. After we've built that, is we're going to want to build a workbench, and put that up in our inventory. And then we will. Let me just kill this time. As you can see, of course, you start out with a sword. Everybody starts out using melee, no matter what class you're doing. And so you're gonna want to put down share, and remember it'll go down whichever way you're facing. And then you're also gonna want a table. A crafting bench will work just fine though, so that's what we're using. Because why would you waste wood when you could just not waste wood? And then course, bunch of wood walls. I think you need about 40 to, I think it's 40, but I'm just gonna make 44 in case, to fill in one house. Oh, crap, I forgot that I have, because Ethan likes to play with auto, like, opening doors on, if you, like, just walk into them, which I don't like to do, even though, like, sure, it makes it easier, but then that exact thing can happen. You can just, you know, you can just accidentally go over to the door, and then it opens, and all the zombies at night can get inside, and it's not good. Anyway, let's just make a bunch of torches, as many as we can. Over there. Put 2 torches up, and this house should be ready to move into. So let's go to housing query. This housing is suitable, which means that we can just take the guide and move him in. So there we go. We officially have the guide moved into this house. He owns this house. This is all his own. And so now what you can do is, what I like to do now is usually I would chop down trees a little more. However, I probably shouldn't be chopping down these trees at the moment because they give like no wood. So yeah, I'm gonna go over here and chop down trees. Ooh, he has a golden coin, or not a golden coin, just extra coins. But so, again, after you already build a house for your guide, you're going to you're gonna want to kind of. You're gonna want to just chop down trees. You can, if you would like to, if you think you have more than enough wood, which I'll have plenty of wood. After this, you might want to you're gonna want to make probably a new weapon. So like you're gonna want to make a wooden sword. Let's see, did I get any modifiers? Yeah, I got plus 14% damage. Then you're also going to want to make your first set of armor, which is what I am crafting right now. You can see I still have way more than, you can see I have way more wood than you would usually need to. I just like to be a bit over-prepared when it comes to like anything in Terraria. So now you can like go out and explore a little bit. Probably try not to go too far from your little starting base that you've built. However, oh, and here we go. Here's a little tree. Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a little tree. It's pretty large, but so we're gonna go down here, explore this. Ooh, wait. I do have torches. I thought I forgot to make torches. I'm gonna make some more. What am I gonna make? Oh, did not think I had that much gel. Alrighty, gonna want to put these down as we go down. And here we go. Get these. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can just hold down shift. There we go. So if you didn't know, you can hold down shift to bring out your quick tool. It'll automatically bring out the best tool for whichever whatever you might be, like, whatever you're needed. So, like, if you hold it up against, like, a wall that you can do it on, it'll bring up, like, a torch that you can place or just hold it out for light. If you do it on a, like, dirt or cobblestone or an ore or something like that, you can just, and it'll pull out your pickaxe. So, that's a very handy feature. You're going to want to remember that you can just hold down shift to do that, or you can change your keybinds. And that is an unpleasant little fellow. We are going to mutilate his face, and hopefully he never shows his ugly rear end again in these parts. I've never actually seen that before. So, I mean, that almost jump scared me a little bit. I've never seen that type of creature before, but you know, it's the first time for everything. I'm not a complete expert at Terraria. I'm not even close to being an expert at Terraria, but I'm not horrible. And look at that. That is a vein of silver ore, I do believe, unless that's like something like, yeah, it's silver ore. So we're gonna mine this, and then I think we're probably gonna want to go back to our house so that, because it's probably almost nighttime by now. In fact, it might be nighttime by now. So yeah, we're definitely going to want to go back over to our house now. If we will go. I am very bad, apparently, at Terraria. Whoever would have known. I wouldn't have. Actually, I already did know. Alright, so... Whew, I am really horrible, aren't I? So, let's go. Come on, go up. There we go. Alrighty. And, okay, so it isn't nighttime yet, but you can see the sun is right about there. It is going to start setting fairly soon. So now that I've already gone on this little mining adventure, I'm gonna want to return back home, go back to our guide, you know, and so I haven't actually played any Terraria 1.4 yet, so I'm gonna talk to the guide. I'm gonna see this whole happiness thing. So getting this place to myself, I greatly appreciate it. I'm quite fond of wandering through the forest. I like it here. So I'm guessing that that means that he is happy. I'm gonna assume that that means that he is happy. Dang it, I always have to kill birds. Anyway, so, I should have gone down there and mined that chest when I had the chance, but no matter. We are going to go over here and see if there's a little bit of cobblestone we can mine. There is. Well, it's just called stone, but I play too much Minecraft, so I call it cobblestone. Oh my gosh, oh, it's iron! Well, I would say that that's even better, but, oh good, there's stone right there, but we're gonna need stone before we can even do anything with this iron. Ah, wait, it's iron. I was hoping we would have lead, because the lead is just generally, even though it's the same tier as iron, but it is very slightly better, like, damage, and sometimes just slightly, like, maybe one more, shield protection point, if you're making it into armor or something like that. So, it's always good to have just a slight boost by having lead in your world. If you don't have lead, though, it's fine. You're not gonna notice the difference a whole lot. They're basically identical, but it's just always a little added bonus to have lead rather than iron. So, now that we have mined a ton of cobble, or a ton of stone, we are we're gonna need to build our way out of this. Alrighty, so, what we can do, I'm gonna build some wooden platforms to get our way out, of this, situation. Jump up here, and is that enough? That is not enough, so let's do that. Alright, take out our sword. Kill the signs, because signs are annoying and nobody should ever like them or even talk to them and think about them in the slightest way. And then, so, it is almost nighttime. You'll know when it's nighttime because all of your NPCs will rush into their houses if they can, and things of that sort. Slimes will kind of go away, and monsters will start spawning. So we are going to look at how you can survive your first night. Again, this is all fairly basic stuff. Basically, everybody plays this part the same. I mean, if you're a ranged user, you can get a bow by this point. I am not a ranged user, however, so this is not really gonna look a whole lot different than a melee playthrough until we get a little bit into it. So, it should be nighttime very, very soon. Of course, it isn't nighttime yet, but the sun has basically set. You can see the stars. I think, yeah, it should be nighttime pretty soon. And this feels way longer than it usually does. It's weird. So, sorry. Alright, anyway. We're going to just keep kind of going around defending the house. Nope, still not nighttime. Alright, so yeah, basically at this point, you're just gonna wait for nighttime, and if you choose to, you can go out and try to fight a bit during the nighttime. Even when you have pretty low level gear, you can at least do a little bit of fighting. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm going to make a campfire to put on top of my house. I always like to have that because campfires just give you a bit of extra healing and a little bit of light, so it's always good to have them on top of your house. And so we are also going to make a furnace. One of the more important things, because if you do not have a furnace, you will not be able to do anything with your ore. So we are going to make all of our ore into bars, because you cannot do anything with ore unless you have bars. So there we go. We have a few silver bars, a few iron bars. So that is basically all you're really gonna do before your first night, and okay, so it's officially nighttime. Hello, owl. How are you doing? Oh, a zombie with a torch. I've never seen that before. Anyway, so yeah, this was basically how to do the first day, and I think I will end the episode here. Getting to nighttime. Now that it already is nighttime. So have a good day and goodbye.